Hi, I am Miss Roz, and we are going to learn how to make a fried egg. Right? I need a little bowl of some sort. I'm going to use a turner and then also a frying pan. Ideally, if you have a non-stick one, that works best. And then just a little cooking spray or oil. Right? So what I'm going to do is I turned on um, my frying pan. Right? I would do somewhat medium heat. Right, so somewhere between 5 and 7, depending on how hot your stove gets, right? Once you've let it heat it up a little, the best way to tell is if it's ready is just to spray a little water on it, right? It should sizzle, so this is not quite ready. Once it is ready, I will add some spray. While I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm going to crack my egg, right? I always crack my egg on the counter or a flat surface. If I go like this, typically it will break apart the shell and then I run into having little pieces of shell. If I just have a nice kind of solid crack on the counter, it should crack nicely and I should just be able to open it real quick. So smack it on the counter nicely and then I should just be able to pull it apart and there's my egg, right? So fried egg, right? There's a couple of varieties of fried eggs. There is the sunny side up, which is kind of when it looks just like this, but in the pan the whites would become white. So you can do, right? You could also do over easy, over medium, or over hard, right? So I'm going to just spray my pan here, right? And then I'm going to lightly pour my egg in. Okay, there we go. And then while I'm waiting for that to cook, I'm actually just gonna season it a little. I like a little salt and pepper on my egg. Right, so I just put a little in my hand and shake a little out on top of the egg. Okay. And then if I want to put a little pepper on it, I'm just gonna take a pinch of my pepper. Okay, so take a pinch and just sprinkle it about. All right, so that's nice and nice and seasoned. All right, now sunny side up. The one thing about sunny side up is that you need to make sure that the egg whites are cooked all the way through. Okay, because sunny side up, I would not turn this pan over. Right, or turn the egg over, I should say. I would just let this egg continue to cook. Right, so if I were to remain this is a sunny side up. Right, you want to make sure. Oops, it's kind of hard to do this. You want to make sure that the egg, this egg white itself, is nice and white, right? You can see how the thin albumin cooked really quickly, right? And then that thick albumin kind of in the middle took a little longer. You can even see that it is thicker, right? So we talked about the parts of the egg and that thin and thick albumin, right? If you have a pan that has a lid, when you do sunny side up, you could put the lid on, and what would happen is that would help to cook the top portion so that you can make sure that you don't get sick from eating undercooked eggs. But in this instance, I'm actually going to turn it over so that you can see over easy or over medium. Okay, but making sure that all that egg white is cooked all the way through and it starts to cook up into the yolk. All right, but like I said, I want to turn it over, so I'm going to use my turner and kind of get under there. You want to make sure you get under that yolk so that when you go to turn it over, right, that yolk stays intact. All right, now depending on how runny you want your egg will determine what your how long you're going to leave it this way, right? If you like it nice and runny, I would leave it here for maybe 30 to 45 seconds. If you like it what we call over medium, where it's a little more gel, then I would suggest leaving it on more for like a minute or two longer in order to do this, right? But, so this is kind of what it looks like right now. And my husband likes it over easy, so I'm actually going to take it off so that it's not it's not cooked too much, right? So that was fried eggs and a couple of variety of fried eggs. So sunny side up is when the yolk is still up. If I turn it over, I can do over easy and cook it for less time. The longer I cook it, it then becomes over medium. And then if I cook it even longer, it could become over hard. Right? If you have any questions, please email me. Thanks for watching.